Hi guys, welcome you guys to our on-demand sections. And today our section names will be the Infinite ISEC Journey. Okay,
Hello.
I'm gonna introduce myself first. My name is Minh Trang, but you can call me Means. And another nickname is Mean the Cutest. And right now I'm MCVP Alumni Engagement for the next 6 months. And this is my duo.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Hai. You guys can call me Onion. I'm SCP of Isaac NEU term 2020 and 2021. Now I'm alumni already, but I'm still really happy to be here and deliver this session with me and to you guys.
You're gonna miss
Okay,
us,
so
right?
yeah, I will miss Isaac a lot, but who knows? Who knows, right?
Yes.
So, okay, I want to ask Min a question before we start the session. So, Min, do you like watching movie?
Yes, of course. Whenever I have free times, I spend my time watching movie, lying down on the bed. Yeah.
Hmm, sounds cool. Which movie do you like right now?
Hmm. Recently, I watched Moana. Do you know that movie? And I really love that
Yeah,
movie as well.
the movie with the little girl with curly hair and the big boy,
Yeah.
really big boy holding something really big as well.
Yes.
I really like that movie as well. So which character you like?
I think I like the little girl, the Moana, because even she's very small, but she's always be very brave to follow her dreams and follow the true calling. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So, okay, enough chatting. Let's get back to the session, okay? So, do you guys know why we are talking about movie?
Is it because related to the section? Yay! And you get our point. So today we will have a section related to movie a lot. And now it's your chance to shine. Okay. So now you will have time to create your own historical movie with you as a main character in a historical chapter of your last Isaac experience. Just take your last 6 months or your last 2 months if you're a newbie. And now you will have time to grab your notebook and pen. Yay, ready. Okay. Now we will read some of the questions here on the screen for you, and you have time to look at the screen, you look at the questions, and you have 1 minute each questions and write down the answer for each questions as well. So now we'll start from questions number one, huh, Han?
Okay, so the first question is what what were your responsibilities and targets on your previous role? Please be as detailed as possible. List out all the bullet points, like all you want to achieve in your previous role, and what did you do? What exactly was your task at that time? So now you have 1 minute.
Now you can think about what are the different challenges that you face in this role.
Okay, so the next question will be, who were your stakeholders you work with to get your work done? Stakeholders here can be your teammates, your leaders, the other functions, and all the partners, all the customers that you work with, anyone that you work with. So you have 1 minute.
Now think about what help did you need to fulfill this responsibility. You can think about your supporting system as well.
Okay, the next question. What kind of changes did you see in yourself after completing this role? You can compare you at the beginning of the phase and you until now. For newbies, you can compare you before joining ISEC and now. You guys have 1 minute.
What were the moments which made you realize how you have grown through this experience? You can list down some of the moments that you feel that one.
Okay, the next question is, what did you find out about yourself that you have never known before? It can be strength, of course, it can be weakness as well, but can you define any new things about yourself that you have never known before? Guys have 1 minute.
And the last one, from the starting this experience to now, how far do you think you have come? Yay, thumbs up. And now you can close your eyes, imagine and connect all the things on the paper in front of you now as your movie. And you can think about your movie as you as a main character. How do you feel? You can think about the time you check in with your team, the time that you check in on Facebook on some post that you are ready for this experience, the time that you have so many planning with your members or your teammates or your leaders. You have the ambitions to go on. And now thinking about the times that you check out from this position, how do you feel? Is it fulfilled? Is it happy? Is it a little bit sad? Or is there something you feel regret for? Now you can slightly open your eyes. Say thank you for making yours amazing movie. I know that the main character in that movie is brave enough to embrace anything, any experience that she or he going on. Now you can look at the screen again. You can see these 8 questions in front of you. But the miracles is here. As some of you may feel it familiar, for us it's the same. It's inner and outer journey. It's making you now. Coming from the last 6 months until now, you grow a lot, and that's the impacts on you. Going on from setting your personal goals, the reason why you apply for this, you have your own responsibilities and goals in the position. You go through a very challenging environment, especially in this COVID times. I know that it's hard. You have so many stakeholders that you interact with, and also at the same time, you have your support system, your teammates, your leaders, your LC, your LCP. You reflect on this experience again. You understand more about your personal values, and you reinvent yourself and be ready for the next journey. So now I want to introduce to you one tactic to reflect. First, you can step out from your own story. You watch your movie again, your own movie, like the way you're watching the movie out there. Sometimes you need to pause a bit, right? To see what actually happens with the main characters, with all stakeholders around. And then after watching movie, what learning points you take from this movie. You review this movie after watching. And all of this tactic for reflection is based on a theory in this bit.ly link. You can access to this link to see what is actually happening. But how about us? Now I will introduce Onion to show you her movie.
Okay, so you guys have the chance to watch your own movie, right? So how about our movie? So I will tell you my movie. It was 1 year ago before I become LCP. I will tell you that 1 year movie of mine. Min, help me, please. Okay, so some of you may not know, some of you may know, I am in executive board of ISEC in the EU for 3 years. So in the first year, I was the vice president of finance, governance, and legality of 1819. That's so long ago, right? And at that moment, I was really a confident person. I really confident in my knowledge, in my skills, in I'm confident in everything, and I believe that I will be the best vice president ever in Isaac in NEU. And at that moment, I have a lot of ideas in my mind for my functions and how I can improve finance in my LC. So, however, like you can see in the last two last two bullet points, and after 1 year, like none of my ideas were implemented because like I have a lot of problems, strugglings at putting ideas into execution, and I ended the term in regret. I ended the term in debt, a lot of debt, and of course in laws as well. And at that moment, I've realized that I'm not really good at being vice president. So therefore, I decided to stay one more year as vice president of B2C marketing, basically OGV marketing in 1920. In the previous term, I was so regretful about my journey that I asked my LCP at that moment, which was Miss Lily. I asked her like, can I stay with you? I really want to contribute again and truly show my true capacity. So I become vice president of B2C marketing, 1920. So this is my team. You can look at the picture. I think we are wearing global volunteer t-shirts. So nice. That's the culture of my LC. Everyone wear global volunteer t-shirt in meeting. Yay. Okay, so when I started the term B2C marketing, uh, you may know I did not have any knowledge in marketing at all. Like I study accounting in university, and I also work as VP finance. Therefore, I did not know anything about marketing. Not a word, not a single word. Even marketing principle, like what exactly is marketing, I did not know at that moment. So, so what can I do? Yeah, one more problem. I never lead a big team before. My function finance before only have 3 people under me, and that is just like a small team, a small OC, and I had never lead a big team before. And this term I have to lead like 10 people, and that's a really big team for me, and a lot of people that I can have an impact on. So yeah, one more problem. We are on the verge of losing LC status. If you read the National Compendium, I think you should read that. For one LC, if you want to maintain LC status, you need to deliver at least 50 exchanges. Yeah, 50 exchanges outgoing. So at that moment, my LC only delivered around 20 to 30 a year, and that is really a threat for my LC of losing LC status. And a lot of stress coming on my shoulder, like never lead a big team before, know nothing about marketing, and marketing is like the first step of customer flow, and losing LC status. 3 biggest stress on my little shoulder of the girl 20 years old. Yeah. Oh, and I live 1 year. I have 1 year Isaac journey. Always have pressure about results and member. Always. So what I did at that moment. So I had 3 big problems like that, right? For the first thing, I didn't know anything about marketing. The only solution for me was learn, study, read marketing principle every day, carry marketing principle book on my backpack every day, and every time and every moment I have free time, I will open the book and read. So I read every day. So I also did class talk and sitting by myself at the beginning of the term in order to understand the basic functional operation, so that I can train my member afterwards. And during the whole year, I spend at least 50 minutes a day and do tracking for my members. Like I create a sheet for tracking marketing result every day, and when the result was 0 in one day, I will gather my team immediately and ask what happened at that moment. Quite aggressive, right? And quite stressful, but that's exactly what I did at that time. Because I also live in the stress of losing SE status, the stress of result every time. So I did tracking every day for my members, and I keep that routine for a year, the whole 1 year. Okay, so about members, okay, I never led a big team before, right? I'm really pressure about that. So at the beginning, I have one-to-one meeting with every members in the team. I understand like what is your personal development? What do you want in your Isaac journey? What do you want through the experience in this function? I asked each of them, what do they want? And of course, I did team standard really strictly towards my team leaders, my core team. And I also 100% focus on functional training and meeting. I always have a really clear agenda for every functional training and meeting, and I also not only focus on functional knowledge, but I also focus on like soft skill for my members, and like if they have any problem, I will like organize a sessions for them to equip them, like to help them get over all the difficulties. So I do everything for my members at that moment. So as you can see that I have been through, back, please, I have been through like the red part already. I have been through outer journey a lot. So how about inner journey? So after I did all of that thing, after I strive everything for the result and for my member, what truly changed in myself? So after 1 year, sorry, the picture is a little bit low quality, but I hope I still look pretty. So after 1 year in 1819, I was VP Finance, right? And 1920, I was VP B2C Marketing. And in 1819, none of my ambition got executed. And that is really a big obsession that I have. Like I always push myself to put every of my ideas into action. And at the end of 1920, all of my initiative were executed fully. All of my strategies, all of my vision for the function got executed fully, 100%. And we also received 127% growth in marketing results. That is like the first time ever, like the marketing result is that high in LCNEU. And I just want to say I'm really proud of myself and my team. Amazing. Good job, myself and my team. And 1819, on members once told me that I learned nothing from you as a leader because at that moment I truly did not care much about my member. I believe that I should have let them have space for to develop themselves, to like leave them to have a challenging environment for themselves. And at the end, they said to me that I learned nothing from you as a leader. And in 1920, after I changed myself and did everything for them, did one-to-one monthly, and they said to me that you are such a powerful and influencing leader. With you, like I can be disciplined and deliver result and like care about developing myself and care about improving my work every day. That's a cool thing, right? Yeah, and as I said before, in 1819, like I nearly leave my members to do their work alone, and I didn't care much because I believe that I should let them have space. And in 1920, they said that you are the most disciplined person I have ever seen. And you boosted my energy and kept me accountable because I track them every day. So they are always reminded about result. They are always reminded about improving results. So like they have the energy to like improving the result every single day. And they see me that I'm a really disciplined person, that I follow them, keep track them, and like support them every day. And the last thing I would like to say that I'm really grateful for spending one more year as VP B2C marketing in ISEC. And that experience totally changed me, changed my personality, changed how people perceive me. And before people perceive me as a really cold, cool girl, and like always show that really powerful vibe. But in 1920, people see me as a very supportive, a very caring a very caring person, and can deliver actual results. And that was the stories when the exchange was really blooming at that moment. So I think that you have already heard a lot of stories about developing leadership through blooming moment of exchange, right? So after this journey, I decided to reinvent myself. That is the last part of inner journey. I decided to reinvent myself and try out a new position, which is become LCP. So that is basically my movie in 1920 in the blooming exchange. So now we can look at Min's movie when the exchange is not that really good. Yeah. Welcome, Min.
Okay, so now we're moving to the era of COVID. When we first, and I hope also believe that when Han becomes the LCP, it's very struggle, very hard for her as well in the COVID times. And I also applied for LCP, but then I got rejected. At that times, I feel like I need to do something else, and I can use my values to add the values for the organization more. And at that times, I applied to become the MC of Malaysia, and I worked as an MC director of marketing. Yeah, so basically you can see here, this is my MC teams at that times with so many people from a lot of country. And in the left hand, you can see this is my team, and me in the middle, the very cute girl in the middle. So you can see here, I have my teams, my MC teams, and I have my EST team as well. EST means entity supporting team, doing marketing. And I really hope that we can do physical exchange, because coming from a very blooming eras of exchange, and also we can do a lot of things in Nigeria and Vietnam, that I want to bring that mindset to this organizations. Yeah, but I never know that this is my first time and my last time meet them physically. After that, we have to move all into virtual, like the way we just hope that we can do physical ILEAD, but now we have to move all to virtual one. Yeah, so basically we cannot do physical exchange because of COVID-19. And at that time, I feel very frustrated, feel very irritated by COVID-19, feel very scared, and feel very disappointed as well. And I say, I'll fly back. I cannot bear these situations because I'm an extroverted. I really need people to work with me. I cannot work alone. I cannot bear these situations. I come very far from Vietnam to Malaysia just for sitting in the room and meeting. It's wasted my time. But then all of that negative thoughts cannot come to my mind because of my leaders here. The very little girl here, she talked with me in the O2O. And this is my leaders. Her name is Veronica. And my leaders just talk with me, saying everything. You can see the very brown notebook on the table. At that times, I have a time to reflect with her, and she remind me about inner and outer journey. All of that negative thoughts cannot come to my mind just because of conversations talking with her about inner and outer journey. So our organizations is focusing on leadership, but why we so frustrated when we cannot do physical exchange and we cannot do anything? But then she asking me about, so you stop learning, so you stop developing leadership just because of that, right? And at that times, I really feel like shame on me. Coming from a very long times working here in ISEC, why can I forget about this model? So at that times, I really reflect a lot about the reason why I come here, what's in my personal goals, and I boom myself. So you can see here, I do a lot of things, even though we cannot meet physically, but we can do anything virtually instead. Like I can do R&R for my teams virtually. I can learn Chinese because in Malaysians they speak Cantonese and Malay as well. Then they teach me a lot about Chinese, and then I do stories on the MC Malaysia's Instagrams to celebrate all the developments and all the achievement that I have with my teams. And you can see here the very handsome boy. This is my favorite members. He said with me that, okay, I got the love sense from Min from Vietnam. And we also do yoga together. Yeah. So you can see the purple girl, the purple t-shirt girl. She's very, very, very master and professional in doing yoga. Yeah, so we cannot try. But we copy it and we really have fun together. And all of the initiative here we do for ISEC in Malaysia, we never stop doing marketing for OGV at that time. We're still doing some kind of podcast like on Spotify about the exchange stories. We also do live chats. This is the amazing things. So you can see the live chats one. You can see some of the live chats from Sri Lanka or some Vietnam to bring all the youth together. And then we have the amazing websites as well. Yeah. So that's my movie.
Okay, so after your movie and after our movie, we all have been through the blooming time of exchange. We all have been through the time that exchange will pause. So you can see that the world is changing, and so is ISEC. Especially ISEC in Vietnam, we are having a lot of initiatives every day. We are changing almost every day in our operation. However, no matter what happened, you can see that we can still develop leadership through ISEC. Just like me, I can still develop my leadership significantly when exchange bloom, and also mean she can develop her leadership a lot when the COVID is coming. So no matter what happened, we can still develop leadership through ISEC. You can still develop leadership, and everyone can still develop leadership. And no matter what happened, our core is still the same, which is develop leadership in youth in every of our actions, like in every of our activities, in every of our projects, in every of our initiative afterwards. Our core is always the same, which is develop leadership in youth. And the core of ISEC will always be there no matter what happens. And I know that the upcoming journey is uncertain and challenging as you've been through a lot of sessions in ILEAD and you may feel a bit confused about the upcoming direction. There are so many new things coming to you and makes you feel uncertain and challenging in the upcoming journey. But consider that it's just a challenge that you need to overcome. And that's the way ISEC is developing leadership in you through practical experiences in challenging environment. So all the uncertainties, all the upcoming uncertainty actually is just a challenging environment. That is the practical experience for you to develop your leadership, right? So believe in ISEC and believe in all the new initiative that we are bringing and believe in our core.
Okay, and I hope that we have been through so many movies and we have so many main characters here. And I really, really believe that all of you here will be one of the parts of the big movie, the big chapter of Isaac in Vietnam. Your inner and outer journey will very huge, very brave, very contributive to this part of Isaac in Vietnam movie. All of you together as an entities, all of you together with nine entities will be one part of Isaac in Vietnam. Thank you, and together with us, believe in Isaac, believe in leadership. Thank you.
Thank you. Yay!